As I raise today to address a very serious matter that the residents of the city deserve to be aware of. In 2025, the McLeod law firm filed a lawsuit against me alleging residency issues. On March 2nd, 2026, the judge granted my motion to dismiss. Less than 24 hours later, the lawsuit was refiled, and at this time, the city was added as a defendant. Why am I bringing this to council and to the public? For two reasons: transparency and awareness. What has unfolded appeared to be a coordinated effort to undermine the will of the voters, an effort that I believe that has been led and assisted by a sitting commissioner, Nick Nesta. On January 22nd, 2024, emails were exchanged from the address nesta22@gmail.com, assisting in drafting what was described as a final complaint. In one of those emails, the messages read, "See attached notes" within the PDF. Please do not share this document with anyone or tell anyone that I assisted in the efforts. Why would a sitting commissioner not want anyone to know he was assisting in drafting a complaint against a fellow elected official? In another email, let's see, that's the one he said, this is the one, let's make sure. See attached within the PDF. Please do not share this document, anyone, or tell anyone that I assist in the effort. So that's the first email from him. Let's see. All right. In another email, he stated, "I cleaned up a little formatting in just a couple of words. Otherwise, it looks good." Additionally, on January 15th, 2024, at 11 o'clock a.m., an email from Bill McLeod of the McLeod Law Firm stated, really can't see it, but it's there. Additionally, okay, here's a rough sample of a complaint of declaratory judgment. Another email by the Bill McLeod stated, let me look at it before you send it. There will be a filing fee of $400 to start the process. These communications show a coordination between a sitting commissioner and the current plaintiff who is suing me. One of the individuals involved has since come forward, acknowledged their participation, and apologized for their role in these efforts to remove me from office, efforts that began before I even took my seat. If that was not enough, Commissioner Nesta then assisted in drafting a complaint against my real estate license with the Florida Department of Business and Professional Regulation. The complaint alleged that the address on file for my license was inaccurate. Here is the contradiction. The same address being alleged in the residency complaint was also used to attack my professional license, but in reverse. It cannot be both ways. So I asked publicly, what does my real estate license have to do with my service as a commissioner? How would attempting to revoke my license improve the quality of life for the residents you claim to advocate for, Commissioner Nesta?
You respond?
Okay. It will not. Please note his silence and no response is an admission of guilt. What it would do is harm my livelihood and attempt to financially cripple me and bankrupt me. This is a troubling pattern. There has been repeated efforts to have me removed from my seat, undermining the will of the voters. There were attempts to pursue charges against and complaints against three other women as well, including the mayor's wife, Debbie Nelson, for merely touching his shoulder. He pressured our former police chief to file unjust charges. There have been instances of belittling, hostility towards our female financial director, and most recently, at a public debate, law enforcement was called on Orange County Commissioner Christine Moore for merely confronting him with the question. This pattern is deeply concerning. It reflects behavior that appears aimed at not at policy disagreements, which are normally in governance, but in intimidation and personal distraction and destruction. I want it clearly on the record. I'm concerned about what will come next. The attacks have not only unjustifiable, and have unjustified, they have targeted my livelihood and my financial stability. Residents deserve leadership focused on improving our community, not secret meetings, emails, coordinated complaints, and taxpayer resources being used to intimidate others. Commissioner Nesta, you constantly lecture about transparency, integrity, and wasteful spending. But in secret, you do the opposite, attempting to harm innocent people that with the taxpayers being forced to pay for your shady practices. My question: to what end do you want power that much? I'm asking you publicly to please stop the secret harassment. Respect the will of the voters and allow the council to focus on the work the people elected us to do. End of my commissioner report. Thank you.
Commissioner Velasquez.
I want to end the council meeting as is. There's nothing else to say.